Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's Mr Sly, aka Sly Pro Max, and welcome back to the channel. Hit like button, comment, and subscribe. And today I want to talk about something really important, which I've always been talking about for a while, but most guys are not still seeing the importance, which is DNA testing. Listen, guys, there's one mistake you do not want to make, and that is fathering a child that is not yours. Most especially now, I'm not saying it's wrong to maybe get a child from the orphanage, fine, that's cool. But when you are made to believe that a child is your own blood, you are made to believe that you raise this child up as your own, your blood, your flesh, and all coming from you, and then a few years later you realize that the child is not from yours. How do you think that's gonna feel? Men should not compromise on doing DNA test. First of all, look at this whole Mohbad case going on now. I have never been one to wade into this whole Mohbad incidents from the beginning, but later I realized people were telling the wife or girlfriend or whoever she was, go and get a DNA test done on this child. Let's know, was he really Mohbad's? And as you can see, she has purposely refused to do a DNA test. Well, RIP to Mohbad, so he's not yet around to see how all this is playing out. But young men out there who are still alive to see this, before you start raising that child, do a DNA test. Today, I've got an important video, an interesting one from the Justice Court, and we're going to get into it. It says, I did not sleep with another man. If you're ready, let's roll the tape.
Today, on the Justice Court, the plaintiff is disputing the paternity of the son from his marriage.
All rise. Court in session. Honorable Judge Fumi Asaolu presiding. Please be seated. Your Honor, this case is between Stephen Moses versus Omonwe Moses. Parties.
Tell him to put his back down. Thank you, Aki.
Let's put your back down. You're welcome.
Stephen
Moses.
Yeah, Stephen.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you tell me why you are here?
I am here because of my child. I am AA. She is AS. And when he was 2 years, he was diagnosed to be SS. Wow.
Have you repeated the test?
Yes. I've repeated the test twice after that. And repeated our own test too. To be sure that maybe before the marriage, the test we did was wrong. So we repeated our own test too. It was still AA, ES. So I was confused and I don't understand what she was saying. She was mentioning some things that were not resonating with me. So I kept on living like that until sometimes in March or April, I decided that this is going out of hand. So I said I was going for DNA test.
Do you have anything to say to that?
All what is said is true. But when we first had the test, when he was first diagnosed, why can't he tell me that we should go for DNA? And meanwhile, he didn't even come out straight that he wants to do DNA test. He started behaving in the house. So sometimes he won't come home until when one of my brothers now said, whenever he's around, that I should let him know. So one evening, he just came home. So and my brother now said, let me come and meet him. Until that day, that he could say, this is what is happening. I didn't know anything. So it was not like telling me that his dad dreamt that he's nursing another person's child. That is the excuse he gave me that day. And it went on like that.
The plaintiff, Stephen Moses, claims that his genotype is AA, while that of his wife is AS. However, their son's genotype turns out to be SS. He stated that this situation is not typical, and he decided to ask more questions about the paternity of the child of the marriage. The defendant, Omomi Moses, affirms the genotype claim. She said that her husband started misbehaving after their son was diagnosed of the sickle cell condition. Judge Fumi wades into this matter.
So we are here for the DNA result. Can I have the DNA result, please?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Thank you.
Welcome.
DNA Diagnostic Center. Test results certificate of analysis. Paternity maternity forensic test results. Name of the child. Serioluwa Fowokon Moses. The probability of paternity is 0%. DNA analysis is negative. Stephen Opeyemi Moses is not the biological father of Terry. Oluwa Fowokon Moses. Do you know the father of the child? Do you know the father of the child?
Nobody touched me. Nobody.
You are very sure.
Yes.
The DNA paternity test confirms that the plaintiff is not the biological father of the child, but the defendant insisted that she did not sleep with any other man. Judge Fumi orders the DNA of mother and child to rule out the possibility of child swap at birth. She rules after the break.
You know what I'm going to do?
Yes, ma'am.
This DNA is between you and that child.
Yes.
I order another DNA between you and the child.
Child. That's
Get with you. That's my judgment.
All right.
I just want to rule out probability of child swap. That will be very clear to everybody.
If your baby daddy is denying paternity of the child to avoid upkeep, or you suspect misattributed paternity situations.
I mean, guys, look at that. That's the end of that video right there. I just want you guys to look at certain thing. There's something I tell you guys every time. I say, if you mess up, there is no leeway out for you. But when a woman messes up or messes up, there is going to be kind of a leeway for her. Now, let's imagine that this guy turned out to be the father. Then the judge will start telling him, oh yeah, now, how much are you going to be giving the boy for this? Well, she starts, putting him in his place, putting him into a corner, asking him this, asking him that. But now we see that actually this boy is not, the child is not the man's own. So what does the judge come down and say, so why have you been trying to force the baby on him since? Do you know the stress you've caused on this young man? No, the judge didn't say that. The judge said, we'll do a test to be sure they did not swap your baby in the hospital. Make it make sense, guys. You see what I'm saying? This is why you should get a DNA test done initially as soon as possible. You can't do it later in the long run. Maybe you even find out that it's not your son. Some people want to guilt you, or some people want to still make you look stupid and give the lady a leeway out for lying to you. Let me tell you something, guys. A woman knows when or whether or not she has been with one partner or not. A woman can easily tell if she's been with just only you or another guy. Most ladies, you think most ladies don't know who is responsible for their pregnancy. They actually know. But the funny thing is, they have looked all around and picked on who they believe will be a suitable father for that child, if the other one refuses to take up responsibility. Guys, please do not be the one who picks up a child that is not his. Please do not be the one who steps up to come and say, I'm a nice guy, and then she picks you, and you do not do a DNA test, and you end up raising another man's child. But with that being said, guys, it is what it is. I'm out.